There's not much better than curling up with a great book, and you can't beat a thriller for keeping you reading until the small hours. The best thrillers and crime novels are fast-paced, full of suspense with a satisfying ending. Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Spy. John le Carré's spy classic Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Spy is so complicated that most screen versions have failed to adequately adapt its complex plot. Through the winding narrative, Le Carré captures the essence of espionage and the futility of the work, even of war itself. Now considered one of the greatest spy thrillers ever written, even CIA agents, writing anonymously of course, called it one of the most enduring renderings of the profession. Unmissing. Marit Coletto and her husband, Luca, have the life they dreamed of: a coastal home, a promising future, and a growing family. That dream ends with a late-night knock on the door. Weak, broken, and emaciated, it's Luca's first wife, Lydia. Missing for 10 years, presumed dead, and very much alive, she has quite a story. Racked with guilt over the beautiful life they've built, Marit and Luca agree to help get Lydia back on her feet. It's the least they can do. But the more enmeshed Lydia becomes in Marit's family, the more questions Marit has. The answers, when they come, are terrifying. Eileen. Ottessa Moshfegh's chilling and award-winning novel is a somber yet mesmerizing successor to the works of literary titans like Shirley Jackson and Flannery O'Connor. At the end of the opening chapter, Moshfegh's protagonist, who works as a counselor at a juvenile correctional facility for teen boys, reveals the conceit of the novel in an unnervingly straightforward way. This is the story of how I disappeared. Moshfegh's prose possesses a similar directness, each sentence reaching for the jugular of its reader. Gritty, grim, and notably haunting, Eileen holds a mirror up to the darkness that exists inside of each of us and does so without apology. As beautiful as it is alarming, this novel is more than a thriller. It's a meditation on humanity. The Thursday Murder Club. This murder mystery by the pointless presenter is brilliant, smart, charming, and wryly funny. When a property developer is found dead, octogenarians Joyce, Elizabeth, Ibrahim and Ron, who all live in a luxury retirement village, band together to solve the crime. This is the first in a series and I can't wait to read more. The Talented Mr. Ripley, Ripley Underground, Ripley's Game. Patricia Highsmith was a master of macabre scenarios and the grand dame of the psychological thriller. In Tom Ripley, she created one of literature's most fascinating characters, charming, intelligent, utterly ruthless, and amoral. Over the course of 5 novels, beginning with The Talented Mr. Ripley, she built a character who was both completely without a conscience and yet unnervingly sympathetic. The Talented Mr. Ripley is equal parts a subtle character study and an edge-of-your-seat exercise in sinister thrills. Saint X. Claire is only 7 when her 18-year-old sister is found dead while the family is on holiday on the paradise island of Saint X. 25 years later, Claire comes into contact with one of the suspects and decides to befriend him in order to find out the truth of what happened. If you like a slow-burn thriller where character, location and social issues are just as important as the crime, this is for you. Those Bones Are Not My Child. Published posthumously, Toni Cade Bambara's final novel, Those Bones Are Not My Child, is described as her magnum opus by her editor and close friend Toni Morrison. Inspired by the tragic rampage of Atlanta serial killer Wayne Williams, who James Baldwin's The Evidence of Things Not Seen also examines, Those Bones Are Not My Child unfolds with the disappearance of a 12-year-old boy and his mother's tireless search to find him. Throughout the pages of the novel, Bambara envelops readers into the mindset of a community turned upside down by violence and grief. From beginning to end, Bambara's words simultaneously offer her audience a heartrending portrayal of a family altered by tragedy and an unflinching excavation of America's past. As poignant as ever, Those Bones Are Not My Child is a compelling and urgent story about love, justice, and loss. Thanks for spending some time with us today. We're so glad you joined us. We'd love for you to subscribe, like the video, and hit that bell icon to never miss any of our new videos.